Hey y'all, welcome to week 3 in my postpartum program. Today we're continuing to work on releasing pelvic floor tension while also gently introducing connection to your pelvic floor as well as some other proximal musculature. All that you need is a Pilates ball and some pillows. If you don't have a Pilates ball, that's okay. You can use a folded up pillow, but let's go ahead and get started in our rock back breathing position. I'm gonna grab some pillows, place some behind my booty, and then fold up one at my belly. You're gonna meet me in that all fours position, sit back on your heels, forearms on the mat, parallel with one another, palms facing up towards the ceiling. Round that spine. Inhale, expanding your ribs, belly, and chest 360 degrees. And exhale, let it go. Continue inhaling and exhaling, focusing on inhaling into your lower back musculature as well as bra strap region. This area tends to get really tight during pregnancy and especially during postpartum with all of the carrying and feeding and lifting of your baby. Big inhale. Feel the pelvic floor lengthen. Press those forearms down into the mat to really round out that spine. We are blocking out belly expansion to force expansion into our lower back. Inhale. Exhale. Feel your anal sphincter expand. That's where your pelvic floor is expanding. And exhale, let it go. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Move your pillows out of the way, getting into an adductor rock back. You meet me on your hands and knees and extend your right leg out long. Toes are in line with the knee, hands are at the center of your body. Inhale, sit back onto your heels. Exhale, rock forward. Only go as far back as you feel comfortable based off of how your pelvic floor is feeling. If you've had any tearing of your pelvic floor and this produces pain, then you don't need to go that far back. You should feel gentle mobility in those inner thigh muscles for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Meet me back on all fours, leg is still extended. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling, and now thread that right arm underneath of your left. We're doing an adductor rotation. Working to improve that upper back mobility. You're doing more around the house, maybe you've left the house. And so you're just working the upper body a little bit more, the full body a little bit more. So we need to give it some TLC. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So you're going to bend the right knee, now extend the left. Going back into that adductor rock back, sitting back onto your heels, then rocking forward onto your hands. Inhale as you sit back, feeling the sits bones spread, feeling that pelvic floor lengthen. You can do whatever you want with your extended foot, whether it's on the edge of your foot or maybe you're on your heel, it doesn't quite matter. Moving on to that rotation, extend the left arm up toward the ceiling. Exhale, thread that needle. Oh, feeling some cracks and pops. Remember, the goal with these early weeks is really to just reduce tension that was created during pregnancy, as well as labor and delivery experience and those early days postpartum, while gently reintroducing that pelvic floor and deep core connection to start to improve those activation patterns and pressure management. Alrighty, let's move on to your back. You can grab a pillow for your head if that feels good for you. You can grab that Pilates ball as well. You're gonna place it between your knees. We're gonna work on that deep core contraction. Knees are bent, feet are flat on the mat, hands on either side of your ribs. Inhale through your nose, expanding 360 degrees. Feeling the ribs expand down into the mat as well as into your hands. Then exhale, gently squeeze that ball as you wrap your core. Feeling the ribs knit together at the very end. Inhale. Exhale. We've done this before. You're gently squeezing that Pilates ball as you lift your pelvic floor up and in, zippering up that core, pubic bone all the way to sternum, ribs knit together at the end. Inhale, exhale. One more, inhale, and exhale. Keep that exhale and squeeze. I want you to lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Remove the pillow from behind your head and place your arms at a goalpost position. We're going to perform a shoulder angel. So your arms are in a 90-90 position. You're maintaining the squeeze of the ball and glute bridge as you are straightening and bending your arms overhead. We're working to dissociate upper body movement from core engagement. You're keeping that deep core engaged, pressing your feet through the mat, feeling a stretch through the upper body. You're also not allowing those ribs to flare. So the ribs are staying down even as your arms move forward. We got one more. Good. You can replace that pillow behind your head if you want. I like it. It feels good for me. Place the Pilates ball between your hands. You're going to stay in this hook line position. We have heel slides now. You're going to inhale. And on an exhale, you're going to gently squeeze that Pilates ball, wrapping that core and sliding one leg out and then in. Reset, inhale, exhale, squeeze and slide. The goal is to keep the pelvis as still as possible while you're sliding one leg out and then in. We're inhaling, exhaling, re-engage. Keep that engagement as you slide out and in, not holding your breath. I know that's really common to want to do. We're trying not to hold your breath. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully roll to your side and meet me in all fours. We've got a quadruped deep core contraction. You're going to place the Pilates ball underneath of your right arm if that feels good for you. And we'll go back and forth between the right arm and then the left arm. So inhale. Allow the ribs, belly, and chest to all expand. Exhale as you gently squeeze or press down into that ball as you wrap your core, lifting from the pubic bone up to the sternum. Inhale, release. Exhale. Press down into the mat. Engage the core. The purpose of the Pilates ball underneath of your hand is just to provide a little bit more of a challenge. It's a little unstable, as you've noted. Let's do one more. Go ahead and switch hands. Same thing. Inhale. Exhale. Press your hand into the ball and into the mat. Inhale. Go at your own pace here, continuing to inhale and exhale. Fully relaxing the belly and chest as you inhale and then exhaling through pursed lips, zipping up that core. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Move the Pilates ball out of the way, but keep it nearby in case you want a challenge. We're going to stay in this quadruped position. Inhale. Exhale. Wrap your deep core. Keep that deep core engaged as you slide the right leg out, keeping your foot in contact with the mat. Feel a gentle contraction of the glute, then slide it back in. Opposite side. Option 2, inhale and reset in the middle. Exhale, lift, slide, return, reset. If you feel like you can go at a faster pace, you can exhale as you slide out and inhale as you return. Keeping the pelvis as still as possible, imagining there's a glass of water on your back and you're trying not to spill it over. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last exercise before we repeat the circuit one more time through. Come up into a kneeling position. Place your left foot forward, gently tuck your pelvis underneath of you. Feel that gentle stretch in the right hip. If you don't, lean forward even more. Reach up towards the ceiling, small little arch of the back, and then come back down, all while maintaining that gentle tuck of the pelvis to feel a stretch in that right hip flexor. We're doing so much sitting right now in this early postpartum phase. And so feeling tight in your hips is super common. We're just trying to release it a little bit. You're keeping your ribs still stacked over your pelvis, so you're not overly exaggerating, arching that back. Switching sides in 3, 2, and 1. Right knee comes forward. Gently tuck the pelvis underneath of you. Reach up and come back down. Oh, this feels so good after being so stiff. We're going to repeat this entire circuit one more time through. We'll start with that rock back breathing again to release tension in that pelvic floor. All right, grab your pillows. Place the pillow behind your booty if you want. Fold underneath of your belly. Palms up towards the ceiling. Forearms are parallel with one another. Let's go. Inhale. Ribs, belly, and chest all expand. Head, hang your head heavy. Ooh, that's a tongue twister. Exhale, let it go. Continue to move at your own pace here. Really focus on expanding that bra strap region, that posterior pelvic floor and lower back. During pregnancy, our paraspinal musculature gets really tight because a lot of the weight is going forward in our belly. So we tend to develop that sway back posture. And so by focusing on improving our lumbar paraspinal expansion, we're allowing for the air to go into the lower back rather than forward into the belly, causing diastasis, or down into the pelvic floor, causing prolapse. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Adductor rock backs. Move those pillows out of the way. Right leg is extended. Inhale, sit back. Exhale, rock forward. Releasing tension in those adductor muscles. They're often forgotten about. Adductor rotation. Meet me back in a center quadruped position. Extend the right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, thread that needle. Moving a little faster since we've done this circuit once before, but at any point, if you need to pause, take a breather, that is totally okay. That's why I love the follow-along class, because you can just pause it at any point and pick it back up right where you left off. Switching sides in 3, 2, and 1. Left leg is extended. Inhale, sit back onto that right heel. Exhale, rock forward. Feel the sits bones spread. That helps to relax that pelvic floor. Especially in our anal sphincter, we develop a lot of tension, and tension there can cause constipation. We don't need more constipation during postpartum. We don't need more straining. We don't need more hemorrhoids. Moving on to the rotation in 3, 2, 1. Meet me back with your weight. Shift it on your hands. Inhale, left arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, thread the needle. Feel that good stretch through the upper body. Release any tension in your core, your pelvic floor that you might be feeling. You're going to meet me on your back with your Pilates ball between your knees in about 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Meet me on your back, Pilates ball between the knees. Just a couple of breaths here before we get into that glute bridge. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze, deep core engages. Inhale. Exhale. Really make sure you're not allowing the ribs to move until the very end. One more. Keep the squeeze, keep the core engagement. Move those pillows out of the way. Come up into that glute bridge. I realize I'm all the way towards the top of my mat. Shoulder angels here. You're sliding your arms up overhead, and then bring your elbows back down towards your side while maintaining that squeeze of the Pilates ball, keeping the core engaged. Pelvic floor is gently lifted up and in, but this shouldn't be a super intense contraction. Anytime we're squeezing that Pilates ball and engaging our pelvic floor and core, it should be about a 50% or less submaximal contraction. It's a lot easier to do this contraction though in a hips elevated position because you have gravity helping you. We got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll to your side. Meet me in all fours. We've got a quadruped. Oh, excuse me. I almost forgot, y'all. We've got our heel slide. Alrighty. So you're back on your back. Sorry about that. You're going to inhale, exhale, gently squeeze that ball as you slide one leg out, bring it back in, reset, exhale. If you're feeling good and in control, you can exhale as you slide out, inhale as you slide in, exhale, slide out, inhale, slide in. If the ball is too much for you, eliminate it. Just focus on the heel slide. Maybe put your hands on either side of your hips to ensure the pelvis is staying neutral. You're keeping the deep core engaged throughout the entire time you're sliding out and in. You can relax the core and then reset and slide back out. Or if you're feeling really strong, you can just keep it engaged the entire time. Working on that deep core endurance for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now we can roll to our sides. Meet me in a quadruped position. Hand underneath of that, or Pilates ball underneath of the left hand, hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. Inhale. Exhale, press that hand down into the mat. Engage your core. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Switch arms. Pilates ball under the right hand. Inhale, expand. Exhale, press and engage. We work so much on this deep core connection because it's so important. You're gently lifting that pelvic floor up and in. Ribs knit together at the very end. Last one. Okay, option to keep the Pilates ball under the right hand. Core is engaged. Slide the left leg out and then back in. We're just going to do this left leg. If the Pilates ball is too much for you, you can get rid of it. Just have both hands on the mat. Exhale as you slide out. Inhale, slide back in, all while maintaining deep core tension the entire time. Press your hands away from you into that mat for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Place that Pilates ball underneath of your left hand. We're going to do the same leg slide, but with the right leg extending. Inhale. Exhale. Wrap your core. Press the left hand into the ball. Slide that right leg out. Back in. Breath work option. Exhale, slide. And continuing exhale as you return to neutral and then reset. Or if you're feeling confident and comfortable, you can exhale as you slide out. Inhale as you slide back in while maintaining core tension. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Half kneeling hip flexor stretch. Left bent knee is forward. Tuck the right pelvis, reach up, and come back down. Just got a couple of these here and on the opposite side. We'll end with deep breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Right knee is forward. Tuck the pelvis, reach up, and come back down. We'll end with happy baby. Show you a couple of options, but it feels good to put pillows underneath of your booty. So be ready to grab those pillows in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lay flat on your back, and you can place some pillows underneath of your booty to elevate those hips. Option 2, just grab the knees right here and perform deep breathing. Or extend the legs up towards the ceiling, grab the outer edges of your feet, inhale. And exhale. Continue at your own pace, inhaling into the ribs, belly, and chest, feeling the pelvic floor lengthen, and exhaling, just passively letting all the air go. If this feels like too much of a stretch on your pelvic floor due to any tearing or trauma that you might have had, option to just bring the knees a little closer in towards one another and reduce the stretch on that pelvic floor. But you may find throughout the week, as you work on this pose, that it feels better and better on your pelvic floor, and you can feel tension releasing. Inhale and exhale. One more together. Inhale. Exhale. Amazing, y'all. Congratulate yourself on making it through another postpartum rehab, movement flow, whatever we want to call these. It's not a full workout, it's your rehab. But just know that the effort you are putting in now is going to pay off tremendously in the long run. As always, if you have comments or questions or anything that you need an answer for, please drop a comment below or put it in the community chat and I'm happy to answer. See y'all for our next class.